and I know we talked about this before show, um, is not always, and I think this is very, very important for maybe even the women listening, for the men that are in their life. Men don't need more advice. They need a path forward. They need, so can you explain for the listeners the difference between like good advice and real transformation?
Sure. Look, the way I coach and my philosophy is everything has to come from within. I named my company Advanced Men Coaching because advancement is moving forward in a purposeful way. Advanced Men is moving men forward in a purposeful way. You've got to have some direction and you've got to have some buy-in, and you need a little bit of a map. You got to know your why. And for some men, that's hard to figure out. And once you know your why, that's your fuel. And then you find your purpose, and that's your path. So
Okay.
when you think through that, everything else will work because there's an inner heartbeat to what you're doing. And lifeline, I guess you would say, to keep you confident and loving and kind and all the other things that we hope to do as men.
Yeah, I recently had a guest on, Adam Nager, and he said something very similar. He said it's the why. When you know your why, nothing will stop you. And I've said that often. If you know what you'll die for, would you live for the same thing? And people all the time, I'll die for my family. I'll die for my family. Well, you're not living for them.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
So you might as well die for them. You're not living for them. So what I mean by that is be the best you can be and provide, etc. And I think a lot of times people just miss that. And I think people in general, they don't see their own constraints. When I'm doing business coaching, it's so easy because it's numbers and we can look at where your constraints here. And if we can solve this constraint, we should see growth. But when we work with people, sometimes we don't see their own roadblocks, from being intentional, partners, fathers, leaders. If you've got that kind of map you talked about, how do you help them, I guess, break through? If somebody's watching this, they're like, I know my why, I just don't know what the next step. How do you help people break through?
Well, that's what coaching is about. And that's why you sort of have to we have these conversations. The hard part, I want to go back to something about the why. A person's why can change over the course of their lifetime. So what your why was at 20 may be very different when you become a parent when you're 30. And that's okay. So understanding that is important. And once you figure out what your why is, I have a client right now who's struggling to find his why. He just turned 30, doesn't know his why. And I said, it will come to you. Just lean back and let it come to you.
Yeah.
I used to be in the music business for 30 years. And there's this expression for people who listen to music using Spotify. If you're a lean forward kind of person, you're the one who's always tinkering with it and trying to find the right song all the time. And then there's the lean back person who just hits a playlist and lets it go. That's the way you got to.
Yeah,
I'm a lean back too. Just pick a song and let it go. It's like old school FM radio. Whatever comes up, comes up.
Yeah.
But that's kind of what the purpose is. You don't go digging for it. It'll come to you. And once you figure that out, then we can find a path. People come to you for coaching. They know what they want to do. You help them find a path.